I think this is a soundbite that Merck got afterwards, which is from Scott Merkin, and James, our guy James Fox, quote tweets it and says, "This is so embarrassing." And Merck got from Guts, he said, "Got Jerry up to speed on the reality of bringing in Mune. The more he was hearing from me and Brooks as well on the marketing front and the international impact that it can have in bringing in someone as significant as Mune led us to get to the finish line." I thought that was a pretty mundane tweet, and people were very upset about it.
Very upset.
I was like surprisingly upset. Like, it seems like to me, if I read that tweet, it looks a little bit to me like we got this opportunity. It's a $40 million outlay. It's because it's the 34 million plus the 6 million posting. So it's $40 million outlay. We went to Jerry. We let him know everybody on the team is in lockstep on this. We're excited about it. It could have a great impact all across everything. And we're going to do this with your blessing. And because he owns the fucking team. And
he signs the check, kind of.
And the result was he heard all that and said, "Yeah, go for it." That is what I read from this tweet. Now, maybe Getz is just terrible at speaking, or Merck, didn't give enough context or something. But people were like, "What?" I saw one of the tweets that was like, it's fucking ridiculous that they have to go to the owner for $40 million. And I was thinking, I have to go to the owner of my company for like $100,000. Like, right. If I'm going to outlay like $100,000, everybody wants to know why. Right. So I was like, that honestly doesn't seem weird. And I thought maybe people were like, "Oh, why is the marketing guy in there?" And it's like, well, you're signing players as part of a business, right? To sell tickets and market the player. The thing that the Major League Baseball is so bad about that we always complain, like why can't they market these fucking players? Now, guys, like, hey, I think we can market this player, and it's like, fuck you. What are you doing over here? I don't know which part people are upset with the most, but I've seen it about both of those things, and I'm just like, I don't get why either one of those is weird. Like, I don't know. Beef, where were you at?
Teresa, I was going to say, you and I are in, we'll just call it real business. I'm going to give you the exact businesses we're technically in or whatever. I've not worked in MLB front office. I've not worked for a professional sports organization. So mind you, professional sports decisions could be different. But I work for we'll call it a mid-size financial investment firm. They do transactions bigger than MLB player transactions. Okay, a lot of them are. So occasionally there'll be one smaller than this, but it's pretty rare. I will tell you, everyone is in on those decisions all the way up to the top, my friend. And a lot of discussion goes on about those decisions. And it's not just some, not some MD firing at whatever the fuck they want just because. That does not happen, at least in any of the firms I've worked for. And there's some big firms, and they don't do business like that. They do business more like Treasy said, where you can get permission up the chart to be spending some money, and people have to buy in on the mission on why they think this has value. And one of the reasons it could have value, Treasy, I don't know, is because if you can get a new fan base in here based on this player, that would have value as part of it. No? I don't know.
Yeah,
very strange.
I would think so. I mean, I think you could just look across. You could just look across the fucking city. You could take the red line up and see the impact that a good Japanese player can have on the team from the marketing standpoint. Now,
maybe baseball business is different, and maybe these people who are telling you this, who are getting that excited about it, they have more intimate knowledge of how the specific business of sports works, where the general manager just gets to do whatever the fuck he wants and never has to ask anyone.
They just get a budget and just do whatever the fuck they want.
And they just run wild with it. That would be a unique business of that level if that were the case. It would be my thought, at least in the businesses I've worked in,
Maybe like 20 to 25 of the other teams operate that way, and I'm just unaware of it. I don't know how these teams work. I can't say. I can only say from personal experience. And I could tell you that the company I work for is surely not worth what the White Sox are worth, but it's even a fraction of what they're asking for here would need a lot of sign off for me to get it done, so I don't know. I was surprised. I'm surprised they're surprised is really kind of my thought